Good morning, guys. Welcome to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live, but so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see you all this morning, and so glad to have you here. I appreciate you guys coming in to hang out with me on this Tuesday morning. Great morning to you, Jacqueline. Good to see you, girl. Victoria, great morning to you. Barbara, great morning to you as well. Camille, great morning to you on Periscope. I see you, Glenda. Thanks for coming as well. Brian and Tracy, good morning to you. Brian, good morning to you on YouTube. Y'all are amazing, and I appreciate you. We're going to have a fun broadcast today, y'all. We're going to talk about how to identify your superpower. I'm going to ask you questions today because y'all know how I like to ask questions, and I know some of y'all really like my questions broadcast. So I'm going to ask you some questions today to really help you identify what your money-making skill or skills are. And this is not just for people that are brand new and starting out. This is also for some of us that have been at this for a while. Sometimes it's good to do a refresher and really ask ourselves, you know, what do we got that we can sell? You know, I do this all the time just because I've gotten so good at recognizing it, where I'll be doing something or I'll have learned something or an idea will come to my mind. I'll be talking to my wife, Courtney, and I'll be like, I can sell that. Oh yeah, I can sell that. And y'all do this? I want to get you thinking that way. I want to get you recognizing when you've got something up here, you got a skill, you got an idea, and you're like, man, that's for sale. Somebody needs that. I could sell that. So we're going to help you this morning with that. I'm going to ask you some powerful questions this morning to help you identify your money-making skills this morning. That is your superpower. Good morning, Kat. Thanks for coming in, girl. Sherry, great morning to you. Michelle, good morning to you. All you guys that know me, you know who I am and you know how I roll. I would love to have you hit that share button and invite your crew into the broadcast. Get anybody in here that you think may want to hang out with us and take part in this conversation this morning, all right? And then if I have anybody's brand new, if you've never seen me before, if you have no idea who I am, first of all, welcome. I would love to greet you into the broadcast and say hello. If you want to give me a hashtag first time and let me know if it's the first time you've ever seen me, I would love to say hello, and my crew would love to make you feel welcome. So let me know if it's the first time you've ever joined in with us. And lastly, guys, I very much appreciate every one of y'all that's checking this out on the replay. Those guys that are on the replay, I would love for you to know that you can still comment and interact with this broadcast. I'd love for you to give me a hashtag replay. I do see those comments and I do respond to those as well, so I would love to know that you were here, all right? On that note, guys, we're gonna roll because I do not waste my time and I choose not to waste yours, so let's jam. All right. Whoa, that's not the right button. Whoa, there we go. I gave you the homework too early there. That's who I am. That's what I do, guys. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting, your ideas into a profitable and sustainable brand that rises up in this challenging digital marketplace to draw in the 21st century consumer that wants and needs what you have to offer. Guys, I broadcast live every single weekday morning from Tuesday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, hooking you guys up with business building tips, hacks, and principles. Anything I can give it to help you grow your business, expand your ministry, bring your vision to life, and grow that brand of yours online in this digital marketplace. All right, good morning to you, Buffy. Thanks for coming in, girl. And Carice, great morning to you. Again, guys, today what we're going to be talking about is how to identify your superpower, your monetizable skill. Every person, everybody, I don't care who you are, has a money-making skill. So I'm going to ask you a few powerful questions this morning to help you identify what that money-making skill is. Bonnie, good morning. And we're gonna help you just recognize what you could be selling and what people really need from you. I'm gonna start you out with my quote of the day. This is actually one of my quotes, but it's so timely and fits so perfectly into what we're talking about today. And this is very true, and I want you to get this. My quote of the day is this: is that one of the number one reasons why today's consumers don't invest in the help that they need or want is because they don't realize that that help is actually available. I'm going to say that again. One of the number one reasons why today's consumers don't invest in the help they really want is because they don't realize that that help is actually available. We're going to help us. One of the starting points with becoming a someone that's paid for hire. You get paid for your information. You monetize what's up between your ears. Is about identifying what you do actually have available, putting some packaging around that, and then actually showing it to people, so people are like, wow, I didn't know you did that. I didn't know I could actually get help for that. So that's our mission this morning, is to help you identify what that is for you, right? As always, I will summarize my points for you at the end of the broadcast, but I do challenge you to take your own notes and capture the information that applies to you. Good morning, Daniel. Thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. Number one, you better have pen and paper handy, because I want you to take some notes, and I want you just to capture the ideas that come to your mind as I answer these questions, or ask these questions to you this morning, all right? The first question I want to ask you is, what feels effortless to you? Can you think about that for just a second? Like, think not only now, but think about, like, in your upbringing, and maybe when you were a child or a young adult, going through school, going through college, and different jobs that you've had. What feels effortless to you? You know, I was thinking about this for myself, and the obvious ones come to mind were art, drawing, graphic design, anything creative. That type of stuff always felt effortless to me, and that's something that I've always been really good at. But I was trying to think beyond the obvious a little bit, and really think about different things that feel really easy to me. One of the things that I've always been good at and feels effortless to me is organizing and cleaning. And my mom, like when our parents used to, when organizing projects, Sherry, I love that. See, when I was a kid, I'm the youngest of 3 boys, and my parents used to give us chores. My brothers would get, like, my older brother would get, like, mow the lawn, and my other brother would get, clean the pool, and I would get organize the garage, because I was really good at it. And so I could take a garage that was just a busted, hot, dirty mess, and I could completely purge that garage, transform that garage, and completely reorganize it in the matter of a couple hours. And I used to do it. Whenever we would go on vacation, my mom would have me be in charge of packing the car, because I'm very good at packing through stuff. And so I was thinking about that, and I'm like, it's really not. It's not a matter of. When I was really thinking about why was that effortless to me, and I would love for you to put it in the chat stream, guys, and thank you for those guys that are answering the question. When I ask yourself what comes to effortless, do you put it in the chat stream, because I'd love to see it. Bonnie says creativity, helping people, recognizing and drawing out strengths in people. That is a gift right there, Bonnie. I love that one. Recognizing and drawing out strengths in people. When I think for myself about why cleaning and organizing feels effortless to me, it has nothing to do with my skill or ability in cleaning and organizing. What it really is that I have a gift of vision. So when I am faced with a problem, I have the ability to see the end. I have the ability to see what it looks like, what it should look like. I can see beyond the mess that's in front of me, and I can see the potential of where it could be, and then I can methodically process how to get from point A to Z in my brain, and then just make that happen. And while for my entire upbringing and adult life, I just thought that's just what people did, I realized that that's a skill that I have that most don't. Most people, I really learned this with my kids. Like, I walk into one of their rooms, and I see kind of a mess, and I'm like, just clean it up. I'm like, what's your problem? Let's just get this thing cleaned up. And I'll come back 2 hours later, and it's still a mess. And the attempt at cleaning it up is like, it didn't happen. And I had to realize that they couldn't see how to process that. So I just show them, well, start here, look here, do this, do that, and this is how you work your way through it. But that's what I see. That's the way my brain works, is that I can see a problem in front of me. I can see where we're going. Like, I can see past the mess in front of me. I can see where I'm going, and I can see how we get there from point A to B. That's a gift. And now people pay me a lot of money for that, because I'm really good at seeing problems and creating solutions and walking you through that process. And those guys that are my clients, I think you'd agree with that, right? Where I'm very good at taking a difficult subject and be like, this is where we go, and this is how we get here, right? So what feels effortless to you? Jacqueline says creating things, watching out for details, capturing pictures and moments. Linda, Daniel says edifying and directing others. Edifying and directing others. That's leadership. Leadership is an ability. Like that's a question for you guys too. Is just think about, is that something where are you a natural leader where you tend to rise up in challenging situations and you take the ball and you're the one that sets the plan in motion? Are you a problem solver? Are you the type of person that can solve difficult problems that other people tend to stray away from? Are you a great communicator? When certain people have a hard time delivering a difficult message, you're the one that usually get tasks with delivering the message. What is something that feels effortless to you and comes naturally to you? Ryan, good morning, brother. Thanks for coming in. Melly, great morning to you. So, what feels effortless? That's number one. Again, guys, today we're just talking about what's your money maker? What's your monetizable skill? What is something that you have that you've just always been really naturally good at? And I want to just dig a little deeper with that because I wonder if that's something that you could really, really be leveraging now in your life and career and monetizing what's up in your mind, all right? What feels effortless to you is number one. Number two is, what do people come to you for help for or with? What do people come to you for help for? Do you have anything that people are constantly coming to you because they know that you can help? Like one of the things with me, and this has been far before I was ever in business, so people are always coming to me for help with social media. My parents, my friends, people that knew me. Justin, how do I do this on Instagram? Justin, how do I do this on Facebook? How do I do that? This is even before like live broadcasting really came out. I was constantly having people coming to me for help with social media, anything online. Even when I worked in corporate business, my boss would task me with helping with a lot of the social media stuff in our district because a lot of the other people didn't have an idea on how to engage an online audience. When the online boom really kicked off and a lot of online shopping really took off, I was actually a part of a team at our corporate office down in Atlanta that helped develop the first app developments to really target online shopping and online shoppers, targeting behavior, and that's something that I've just always just had an eye for human interaction. So I look at that, I think, what do people come to me for help with? People come to me for help with social media and digital stuff and online stuff, and I'm like, why? And it's kind of like the question around cleaning. How to navigate technology, Bonnie. I love that. Daniel, identity, innovation, business, and marriages. Love that. Love that. So I think about, just like with the cleaning thing, it was beyond cleaning. It was more so my ability to see a problem and see how to get through that problem. So I think about social media. Why are people coming to me for digital help? And really what people were asking me to help them with is how to identify how we engage consumers in a more effective manner. And I've always been good with people. I've just always been good with people. I've always been really good at relationship building. I've always been good at building trust quickly. I've always been good at reading people and kind of seeing where people are coming from. And so again, I want you to kind of go beyond the surface of what that thing shows you. So when you ask yourself, what do people come to me for help for all the time? What are people constantly asking for my input on? If you have people that are constantly seeking information from you, ask yourself why. Why am I good at that? What makes me good at that? So for me, it's not a matter of the fact that I'm just really good at technology. It's beyond that. I'm actually really good with people. I'm really good at engaging with people online and offline, and making online relationships feel like they're more personal and connected than what social media tends to make people feel. Bonnie says, how to figure out where to focus time and where to start when facing difficulties. I love that one as well. So I hope you guys are taking these notes for yourself, because what I want to get you this morning is, as you answer all these questions, I want you to be jotting down some of these key things that we're identifying to help you really recognize, what am I really, really good at? So it's not a matter of the fact that I'm good at cleaning and organizing and the fact that I'm good at social media. It's the fact that I'm a visionary and I have ability to see the end from the beginning and how to get to that end. And then I'm very, very good at relationship building trust with people and creating really personal relationships quickly. So you want to write those core things down, because that's the stuff that people will pull out their credit card for. Tammy Hauser, good morning to you, girl. Thanks for coming in. All right. The third question I want to ask you is, when do I feel the most confident? Good morning, Kelly. When do I feel the most confident? It could be anything. Don't overthink it. Maybe you feel the most confident when you're baking a cake. Maybe you feel the most confident when you are creating something. Honestly, one of the times that I feel the most confident is when I am creating something with my hands, like building something, making something, creating something. That's when I feel like I'm in my element, because it just comes naturally to me. Maybe you feel the most confident when you are speaking and you're influencing people. Maybe you feel the most confident when you are on technology, behind the scenes. You don't want to be on the spotlight. You want to be behind the scenes. When do you feel the most confident? Can you identify that? Put that in the chat stream. What's something, and usually it probably ties together with something that feels effortless, but when do you feel charged? You know what I'm saying? Like, when there's times in our lives, and I think we all do this. There's times there's times in our lives when we do something that it's when you're in your element. You know what I'm saying? It's when you're doing something that God has designed you to do. And it just leverages all the natural abilities. It just leverages all the natural abilities that God has given you. And you're in your sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? It's just when you're just doing your thing. That's when you feel the most confident. When is that? So for me, it's when I'm creating. I love creating. I love solving problems. Thank you so much, Camille. I appreciate that, girl. I appreciate you. I feel the most confident. Because the thing is, too, I think about this. I'm a good speaker. But I don't feel the most confident when I'm speaking, because speaking is something that I've had to develop, because I'm naturally an introvert, and I used to have a terrifying fear of speaking in public. So it's funny now that my world revolves around teaching and speaking in public. But I think oftentimes our greatest fears can be in direct relation to the greatest calling on our lives. Amen. I think a lot of times Satan can see what the Lord is setting us up to be and to do in our lives, and so Satan's like, well, I got to work on you at a young age. This Justin guy is going to cause me some problems down the road if I don't shut him up and make him terrifyingly afraid of speaking. So sometimes the things that you're most afraid of and most nervous about are in direct relation to the greatest calling on your life. So I can't say for myself that I feel the most confident when I'm teaching and speaking, because that's a skill that I've had to develop and acquire. But I do feel charged when I speak, especially when I speak in public. Bonnie, maybe. But there's just certain things that you're just really, really good at, really naturally good at. I think a lot of you guys can relate to that, right? All right, let's keep going. So when do I feel the most confident is question number 3. Question number 4 is, what can I see more clearly than others? And I'm trying to ask these questions to you and come at different angles and different ways to get you to maybe see something in a way that you've never seen it before. So is there something that you can see more clearly than others? Do you have the ability to visualize something that other people can't? Like, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said they are able to see and identify people's gifts and abilities and call those out. I can't remember who said that. That's a gift. Some of y'all have the ability to see in a marriage or in a relationship what the problem is. You can see a couple, and you don't even specialize in marriages, but you can see a couple and you can see what's going on, and you can be like, I know exactly what their problem is. And you can see it. You visualize it. You can see a child that's acting up or has an attitude, has got poor grades, or struggling in school. You can see that child. You can be like, I know exactly what's going on with him. You can see it, right? You can see when people are broken. You can see in their eyes. Like, my mom is good at this. My mom has vision like that for crazy. I mean, you can walk into my mom's house, and I don't care. I mean, if I've got something going on internally, if I'm struggling in some way, and I don't want to be picked apart, I can walk into my mom's house, and I can be like, hey, Mom, and I can lift my eyes, and I can try my very best just to put on that everything's okay. She can take one look at me, and she'd be like, what's going on with you? She can see, like, right straight through me like a glass door. And she does that to her people, too. People can walk in her door, and she can look right into them and see that there's something going on, and she can identify it and help them work that out. That's a spiritual gift. That's a spiritual gift. Stephanie, good morning. So is there do you have a gift for that? Do you have a gift for seeing? Camille, you can relate to that, right? It's incredible, and it's very much a gift. Very, very much a gift. But I think a lot of people have gifts and abilities like that. They just have never learned how to develop it. Right? They've never learned how to develop it. So that's why I challenge you to identify that this morning. So what can you see more clearly than others? All right. Number 5. What is something that you're passionate about? What is something that you love? Like you really, really love. You're just passionate about it. I'm passionate about a lot of things. One of the things that I'm really passionate about is I'm really passionate about people. I'm really passionate about, man, my coffee smells so good. You ever have those days where your coffee's just really good? Like some days it's okay, but then other days it's just really, really good. Today's my coffee's really good. One of the things I'm really passionate about is I'm really passionate about seeing people. How do I say this? I'm gonna say the flip version. One thing that's always really, really bothered me all through my life, even when I was young, one of the things that's really, really bothered me is when I saw people that had a gift, like a natural gift and ability, and they squandered it. That really bothers me. Kim, good morning. Like I remember being at a young age, and I remember a particular person on one of the sports teams that I played on. He just had a natural gift. Man, he was so good. He was naturally good at a lot of the things that so many of us had to work at, but he was so lazy. And he used to really drive me crazy that I'm like, you got so much going for you. Why are you so lazy? If you would just put in an effort, you could be so amazing. And that used to really bother me. Getting into school and even into college, I would see and experience people that had a gift and an ability. And and again, this is my vision. I could see what's possible for them. And I would like try to share with them, do you realize that you could be this, or you could be doing this? And they're like, eh. And they just wouldn't step into that gifting. I've seen it with, working with my children. And helping my children to recognize this is what your gift is. And it really drives me crazy when they don't take it seriously, right? So I think it ties to my ability, ties to my gift of vision, that when I see certain people, I can see what they're capable of. I can see where they could go if they would just give it the effort that it demands. And if they would just give it the attention that it needs and be consistent and stop believing all the lies that Satan is throwing at them, they could step out and go do something amazing, leveraging the natural gift that God has given them. So when I ask myself, what am I passionate about? What I'm passionate about is I'm passionate at seeing people step in to the calling that God has in their life and thrive in that. I love it. And isn't that funny that that's what I do? That's what I do. I help people create that. I'm the coach that helps you take that desire, that dream, that gift that you have and turn it into something. Help people get past that noise in their head or their fears in their mind and take that step. So I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about seeing people win. I did a training on core motivation last year with my inner circle to help identify what you're most motivated by. And it's a powerful process. And one of the things that one of my number one motivators is seeing others win. It's one of the things that I'm most motivated by. I'm not motivated by money. I'm not motivated by wealth. I'm not motivated by popularity or anything like that. I'm motivated by impact. I'm motivated by the impact that I have on others, and I'm motivated by seeing people win. I'm motivated by seeing people step into their gifting. I love that, Linda. Linda says, seeing kids and adults have light bulb moments come on and help them facilitate them. I love that. Bonnie's passionate about helping people overcome their insecurities and find their purpose. It's very similar, Bonnie. I love that. Daniel, speaking, singing, writing. Love it. All right, let's keep going. So what am I passionate about? That's number 5. Are you getting some stuff down on paper, guys? I'm really curious. Is this helpful? Give me an emoji, your favorite emoji in the chat stream if I'm turning some light bulbs on for you, because my mission is to get you seeing some things this morning, get you realizing what's God really given you to work with. All right. That's number 5. Number 6 is, what do I think about often? Where do you find your mind trailing to? I think a lot of that is a God thing. I think God directs your thoughts and your minds to the desires of his heart for you. You guys agree with that? I think you can find yourself constantly thinking about things. Maybe you're constantly thinking about, maybe you're creative. Maybe you're constantly thinking about ideas. Maybe you're often thinking about problem solving. Maybe you're, I don't know. What do you think about? I shouldn't think about what I think about. Man, I think about creating all the time. My mind is always on creating something. And if it's not creating for my clients, it's creating for myself. If it's not creating online, it's creating something in my backyard. I'm very project oriented. So I'm very focused on creating, always creating something. Carice says helping others, wanting to be a support. So I love that. So that's what Carice, that's her gifting. That's something that she is a natural desire and a passion to help others. My grandma was like that. My grandma Miller, she thrived on helping others. And what she would think about all the time was, who can I be a blessing to today? Who can I help to? Who can I help today? What impact can I make in someone's life today? Daniel says, my mind drifts to stadiums of people as I impart and train up, spreading the fire. Wow. Yeah, Daniel, that's coming, brother. Stadiums full. We just got to get past coronavirus so we can fill up a stadium again. All right. Well, what do you think about often? I think a lot of what we think about often is in direct relation to the calling on our life. Y'all agree with that? I think the Lord gives us those thoughts. He implants those desires in us that he has for us. And I believe that, guys. You guys believe that? That those desires that you have, like that fire in you, that passion that's in you, that you have to do something, to be something, to acquire something, to accomplish something more than you've ever done before, that burning desire that you have in you, that was placed there by the Lord. And if he placed it there, he is going to equip you with everything that you need to see that through. Y'all agree with that? Some of you want to give me an amen in the chat stream if you're awake this morning? I feel like that's a passion he's given you. So I think your thoughts, your thought life, and a lot of what you find yourself when you're just naturally in your comfort zone of just thinking and just I don't know, just connecting to the Holy Spirit. I think he fills your minds with thoughts that are direct related to the greatest desires of your heart, and he planted those there. So it's not just ideas. Those are manifestations of what's possible for you. What do you think about often? It's a good question, isn't it? All right, let's flip the switch a little bit here this morning. So I'm going to ask you 3 more questions, and these questions are going to challenge you to take a little bit of action on the ideas that you've jotted down. So I've asked you 6 questions so far. What feels effortless to you? What do people come to you for help with? When do you feel the most confident? What can you see more clearly than others? What are you passionate about? And what do you think about often? Those are all great questions to get you brainstorming a little bit, all right? Now, number 7 is I want you to ask yourself, who is currently selling this now? Who currently has a profession doing those things? And this is where it requires some effort on you. Nothing good comes easy. You got to do some work on this. But I challenge you to do some research on this today. Challenge you to look at each of these things that you've written down, the answers to these questions, and ask yourself, who is currently operating in a profession related to what it is that I am really, really good at. And I want you to try to find some examples. Try to find some examples of people that are doing what you want to be doing. If you want to be speaking on stages to thousands of people, then find some people that you can relate to that are speaking on stages that have your same skill set or your similar theme or topic. And I don't care how long they've been at it. Don't let this to be a matter of, well, I can never be them. I want this to inspire you. I want you to see what's possible. I want you to get a vision for where you could actually go. So I challenge you to do a little research and identify a couple things. First of all, find some people that are doing what you want to be doing. And then once you find those people, try to identify how have they structured that gifting into a business. How have they made it into a business? What are the different components of it? Are they speakers, and do they have a book for sale, or do they have multiple books? Are they doing coaching? Are they doing product development workshops? Are they creating physical products to sell? Are they doing digital courses? Are they creating digital products? Are they doing one-on-one coaching? Are they doing advertising and marketing? Try to identify the things that other people are doing, and then try to find an example of how that has been turned into a business. And this should inspire you. This should inspire you. And I'll tell you, it'll require a little bit of work, but if you do it right, this should open your eyes up to possibilities. You should land on some people's websites and be like, geez, I had no idea that you could build such a significant business from that. Look at what this person is doing. Look at their websites. Look at their social media content. Go to their YouTube channel. See what they have shared there. Click on their different pages. Do some research on these different people and just find out where they started, how they got started, what their story is. Go to their about sections and read their testimonials, read their bios, and see how it is that they started their business. And use that as a mechanism to get a vision for what's really possible for you. Because everybody needs a vision. The Bible talks about where there's no vision, people will perish. I think that directly applies to business as well. Is you have to have a vision for what's possible for you before you can start taking steps in the right direction. If you don't see where you're going, then you're going to end up going in circles. Or you got to have a vision. So this part of really digging around and trying to find some other people that are doing what you're doing should give you a gift of vision. It should help you see what's possible for you. Does that make sense? Give me a yes in the chat room if that makes sense. Do some digging. And I really challenge you, try to find some people that you don't currently know. Because it's very easy to go to your go-to people. There's certain people, yeah, I know of this person, I know of that person. There is a sea of people that have gifts and talents and abilities. And there's also a large amount of people in this world that have this, probably similar ones to you. And the only thing that's standing between you seeing them is just a little bit of effort. Get on Google and do some research. Search keywords. Look all over the place. Try to find some people. Maybe you get off the first 5 pages of Google and go more like the 10 or the 15th page of Google and see who you find there, right? It just takes some effort, but you've got to have a vision. So I want you to identify someone that's currently doing what you're doing. Identify how they package their services. What is their pricing? What are they selling? How are they selling it? What is their business structure? How did they get started? Read their bio. Look at their social media pages. Follow them if you want to. Follow them on social media. Look at YouTube. Look at Facebook. Look at Instagram. Try to get an idea of what they're doing. And this leads me to question number 8 is, what would it take for you to create that for yourself? Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that, buddy. Keith, the scripture I just shared, Proverbs 29:18, without a vision, people perish. Appreciate that, buddy. What would it take for me to do this? Ask yourself that. As you're doing that research and as you're looking these different people up, ask yourself, what would it take for me to do this? What would it take for me to build a business like this? What would it take for me to get started? And that's your last question, number 9, is what would be your starting point? Where do you start? Question number 8 is, what would it take for me to do this? Question number 9 is, where would I start? What would be the first thing? So, what would it take for you to do this? You might say, you know what it would take for me to write a business plan. Maybe it'll take for me to organize my schedule in a way where I could actually give this some attention. Maybe I need to give this, a couple hours of attention each day, or 5 to 10 hours a week, where I can just really put some time and energy on this, on beginning to create. It would take for me to step down to part-time hours at my job. It would take me having to graduate from school first. It would take me having to get past whatever. Just write down, write down every excuse that you have about why you can't do it. And then really what you want to ask yourself is, do you really want to do it? Do you really want to start a business from that? Do you really want to have a skill that you monetize, a business that you leverage, a gifting that you share out with the people that you're gifted to share? Do you really want that? Or would you rather just work your 9 to 5 and be an employee the rest of your life? It's up to you. You can do whatever you want. But ask yourself, do you really want that? And are you really willing to do the work? Because building a business is not easy. It's not. And also, I'll tell you, your why behind building a business needs to go far beyond money. Because if your key motivator is money, you won't make it. Ooh, I love that. Did Daniel say that? Write the vision and make it clear. Walk it out, be a legend, leave a legacy. Tammy said, I love this. If we don't write God's vision, it becomes my version of his vision. Wow. I love that. That's so good. That's so good. All right, I challenge you, do you really want it? Is this something that you really, really want to do? Because it starts with that. I'll tell you what, y'all. There's way easier ways to make money than building your own business. Because if your why is grounded in anything financial, you won't make it when the finances aren't there. Because building a business is tough. It's got to be deeper than that. It's got to be bigger than that. But it's so worth it. Man, it's so worth it. So, where would you start? What would it take for you to do this? Do some research. Identify what it would take for you to do this for yourself. And then your starting point is simply, what's the first thing I need to do? Maybe the first thing is you want to start creating. Maybe start writing your first book. You know what? I'm going to just start writing a book. Maybe one of your desires is to be a speaker on stage. A book is a new business card. So, write a book. You know what? My journey towards becoming a paid speaker for hire is I want to write a book. So maybe start writing that book that you've been thinking about. Maybe your first step is I want to start working on getting some branding done. Maybe my first step is I want to work on setting up the legal foundation for a business. I want to get an LLC. I'm going to go out and buy a domain name. I'm going to brainstorm with some ideas for my business, whatever. Figure out a starting point and give yourself a plan. But hopefully this questions this morning gave you some ideas as to what you really could be doing and selling in the marketplace, whether you've been at it for a while or whether you're brand new. Hopefully you got some fresh ideas this morning, all right? There's my summary points over for you on the screen. You guys can snapshot that screen if you want to take that to you. Also, just a quick reminder and an FYI, I have an app that's downloadable from the App Store. I would love for you to grab it if you have not already downloaded that. If you go to jcproapp.com, that'll give you a quick and easy link to go to your Apple App Store or to Google Play and download that. My app is free. And amongst a variety of great resources on that thing, the primary, most valuable thing right at the top of my app is my training library, where every one of my live videos gets dropped in there, along with my quote of the day and all of my notes for each broadcast. So if you're the type that really likes to have the notes, a great place to get all of my notes is within that app. So if you want to download that, you can get it, and I'd love for you to get to that today. All right, I'm gonna leave you that for today, guys. Hopefully that was good for you. I know 39 minutes of your time is so incredibly valuable, so I appreciate you spending your time with me this morning, guys. If any of y'all need my help with this is what I do. This is what I specialize in. Feel free to reach out to me if you need my help. You can connect to me on my website, justincapandpro.com. You can also download my app, jcproapp.com, and you can email me, justincapandpro@gmail.com. All right, ball's in your court. Do some work. Get to your day, guys. I appreciate your time. Appreciate your attention. Y'all are amazing. Share it out if you want to get it out to your people. Tag someone in the chat stream if you feel anybody needs to be tagged in here. And I will see you guys all around the web. All right, take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys later.